All right. So welcome to Coach Interview number 2 with T4U of the Boston Red Sox.
Hello.
So, how's it work? I just have a list of questions. We're just going to go through them, and then it's as simple as that. So, I guess the first question. So, we know, like, in the UPL community, you're like the only person that's won twice. But let's learn a little bit more about you. So, how did you get your team name or your username? And is there like anything else that you might want to share about yourself so we can just get to know you?
Okay. Well, I got Boston Red Sox, my team name, because I'm from Boston. And for those of you who don't know, like, I don't know how popular baseball is in Australia for our like 30 Australian members. There is a baseball team called the Boston Red Sox, SOX, and the difference between SOX and SAWKS is non-existent when you say it out loud. So
Yeah.
I thought that one was pretty fun. I
All
was the
right.
Toronto Tyrantrum first because there was already a Boston team, but they were called like the Boston Celebi, and that was a terrible team name. So
And
as soon as
now I
they
don't
left, I took
care when
over.
people, have the same team name. As long as it's not like literally the exact same thing, I don't care anymore. But yeah, I used to. So I think I made people I used to have people actually change their names because of that, but no longer.
And T4U is short for Trico for Ubers, which was the ridiculously silly thing I decided I was going to try to do. I don't know, it's been like 5 years at this point. And I do still occasionally run Uber's teams that feature Trico and getting kills with Trico.
Do you use T4U as like your gamer tag in other games or no?
No, not really,
No,
just
just
on
Pokemon?
Discord.
Ah, okay. Okay. And then is there anything else you want to like share about yourself or do we have to leave that up to our imaginations?
I mean, what do you want to know?
I don't know.
Uh,
Anything else? Other stuff you like? Things you don't like?
I built a dinosaur skeleton out of Lego yesterday. That was exciting.
Alrighty then. You built obviously a Tyrantrum.
No, it was a Triceratops. I still have the T-Rex in the box. I'm going to build that probably tonight.
All right. Well then, next question. So we talked like general stuff, but how did you get into Pokemon, and what is your first Pokemon game or memory?
My first Pokemon game was Silver, which I got Silver and Gold at the same time, but I played
Mm-hmm.
Silver first.
Mm-hmm.
And I got those when I was, I don't know, 10. I'd have to look up when Gold and Silver came out. I got them that Christmas. Uh,
1998 question mark?
Nine? Yeah, 98,
It's a
99,
while.
something like that.
It's
I was
old.
7 or 8. I was young.
Yeah. I
Um,
wasn't there yet.
and
Yeah.
I've played every game since uh, at one point or another,
I assume
even
you
the weird
mean main.
spin-offs.
Oh, including
Oh
spin-offs.
no,
Okay. Okay.
I don't think there's any spin-offs I've missed except maybe one of the Rangers.
Dang.
No, not Rangers. One of the mystery dungeons.
Dang. All right.
But I
All right.
got into competitive Pokemon in Gen 4 because I got really angry at Togekiss existing because it looks so stupid and I hate it. But I was like, but it was so good, and I
Yeah.
wanted to know why, and that I went down the rabbit hole of that of why is Togekiss good, and I learned about abilities that did things that weren't immediately obvious.
Yeah.
So like the Green Grace didn't like click in my head the way like Static or Flame Body does when
Right.
you're
Right.
playing the base game.
Because yeah, when you're young, you don't really care. You're like, this does damage. We do that.
Right. I thought Static was the best ability because
Of course it
sometimes it
is.
happened.
Yeah. So
Uh,
so as you were talking about having played every single type of Pokemon game, is there a type that's like your favorite or
Probably the best two Pokemon games that I've ever played are Pokemon Coliseum and XD, which are really similar to the main series games, and you can connect them to it. But the whole idea of the evil shadow Pokemon and stealing them back from the evil team was super awesome.
I mean, I remember how ecstatic everyone was when they added that to Pokemon Go. I mean, that
That
was
was I was
honestly
hoping
so
that
well
was going to
done.
lead to more, and it didn't.
I
I'm
mean,
still holding out hope.
I mean, what they're adding Ho-Oh as of the time that we're recording this. So
Yeah, I just caught my Shadow Ho a
will
couple
they
days
give
ago.
us the actual Shadow Lugia? Is a great question.
In theory, that should be next month because
Yeah,
usually they go in patterns like that.
yeah. but we'll
If they
see.
gave us XD though with the different color palette and everything, that would make my
I think
day.
that's what everyone's probably hoping for, because wasn't Shadow Mewtwo darker as well? I could be wrong.
No, but it
No?
did get a special like shadow animation with crackling
Okay.
lightning.
Okay. Okay. Well, you kind of started getting into it, but so your whole thing about competitive Pokemon in draft leagues was that Togekiss story, and then so that was competitive. How did you get into draft leagues from there? Let's continue that
You
story.
actually are completely to blame for that because you put a
Dang, this
post up
guy.
on Reddit that you were looking for a replacement coach, and so I hopped in the channel or I think I sent you a message on Reddit actually and asked if you were still looking, and you weren't. You'd already found someone, but then you messaged me a couple months later. You were looking for another one, and so I hopped in then, and I haven't missed a season with UPL since, and
No,
I've
and
been in
you're
at
the
least one other
oldest
season.
one, I think, right now. I think as
Oh,
of
that
right,
hurts.
yeah, I think right now you're probably the oldest UPL member as well, not just the two-time season champ.
There's got to be someone else from then. Wasn't Gators
uh,
around then?
maybe around that time, and then Shane was right after.
That's because I dragged him in.
Yeah, but yeah, it was all yeah. You guys are the oldest. I know. All right, and then so we're talking about draft. Uh, do you have a favorite thing to draft and why? And like this can be a specific Pokemon, a specific core, a gimmick, ability, anything. Just any specific thing that you like to draft.
Every single time I want an Evolution Cleric. It is my favorite thing to have. I don't care if it's still beyond Vaporeon or Umbreon, but almost always one of those three. I just like they're reliable. I know what they do. Everyone else knows what they do, but like they still do it. So
Is there
I
one
just,
that always sticks out to you the most, or just any of them works?
if I could only pick one ever again, I'd always take Vaporeon, but the other two are pretty close, second and third.
Okay, okay. And then similar to that, picking a specific thing, is there like a specific core that you've drafted or a specific team that you've drafted that's your favorite?
I drafted one of the Tapus and Halucha like 4 different times across a couple of different leagues.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I think you did it here like 3 times in a row,
I did. I think I did Coco Lucha and then Bulu Lucha and then Coco
and
Lucha
we let
again.
you do it every single time.
Yeah, and then I stopped for a long time because I was like, I got to win with something else.
Yeah.
And now it's been a while, and maybe I'm due.
Is there a new core or anything that you're trying to get, or you can't tell us for the upcoming season?
I I really want to try like Finny Deoxys defense in leagues where Deoxys is allowed.
I
It
mean, we
seems
got to
super
hear you.
fun.
Yeah, it definitely seems interesting. I'm definitely looking at it myself. I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know that anyone's ever going to get both because both of those are usually round one picks, but
yeah,
it would be so nice to try.
yeah. And then, as the two-time champion, what advice would you give to people who want to start playing in draft leagues? Because so we have open applications right now, and a lot of people are saying that it's their first time. So, what advice would you give to them?
Figure out your style, figure out what you're good with battling, and try to draft the things you are most comfortable with in that style. So, balance is typically really good in draft, but if you're not comfortable with balance, you don't know how to play balance, draft hyper offense if that's what you're doing, because you'll get more consistent results out of a team you're comfortable piloting than you will out of a team that's on paper better.
Yeah, that's pretty solid advice. I guess from there, we're pretty much at the end. But do you have any questions you want to ask me?
Yeah, why a potato?
So this was mentioned in my interview, but essentially it's just a meme between me and my friends. So that's all it is.
Is there a particular type of potato?
No,
No.
nope.
I think you need to decide what type of potato it is. That's your homework.
Maybe one day. One day. Well, with that, thanks for joining for this interview. I know it's simple, short, and sweet, but we don't want people waiting 2 hours watching this for 2 hours. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I don't
it.
want to put people to sleep.
But yeah, that's it. So thank you for joining me for the interview.
Thanks for having me.